Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Variable Barricade. Continuing Ichi's route. Of course we are. Anyway, I think this is where we were. It's been a couple days since I played, obviously. I don't know why I have to explain this every time a weekend comes, and I did not get as much accomplished last week as I wanted to, so... Anyway, last chance. Ichia reflects on his past actions. What was it that spurred him to join my suitors? Oh. Yes. Like I forgot how to use the controls in this game. Shortly after I'd first met Spacey, I'd said to her, I'm sorry. I'd really rather not talk about that if you don't mind. The incident left a wound on my heart that's still tender and bleeding. I can tell you this, though. I haven't done anything that would ever embarrass you. I swear. All right. I will defer judgment until further information is available. Looking back on it made me want to crawl in a hole and die. How did I ever say that with a straight face? Well, the "it left a wound on my heart" part was true, at least. Pathetic as it was to say. But the whole thing about how I'd never do anything to embarrass her? Yeah, that was bold from the start. The term marriage fraud sounded so ugly. I'd wanted to impress on her that I'd never bait a woman with my love, like the phrase suggested. But while there were circumstances that some might consider justifiable in the right light, I had still disguised myself as Kazuya to deceive a woman. I didn't have the nerve to admit I'd done an extremely bad thing. Yeah, but she was horrible, so... I just... What Ichia did on its own, just reading that. What the fuck, bro? Kinda cold, kinda awful, okay. Without context. With context... okay, like, you're pretending to be your brother to get him out of this. It's still shady. With the 100% context of this woman being an utter cunt. Yeah, no, fuck that shit, Ichi. You did nothing wrong. He did wrong shit, but, like, in light of that woman, I'm gonna give you a pass on this one. Like, sometimes horrible people deserve horrible fucking things. And Ichia, you did a horrible thing to a goddamn despicable piece of trash human being. So, I'm just saying, but most people aren't going to see that. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you did a horrible thing. Did you not look at everything she did and the fact that she fucking... I'm not even talking about the freaking, like, I won't leave, you have to marry me. All that bullshit, kind of psychopath shit. The shit she did to Ichia when she thought he would... no. Ichia did nothing wrong. I will defend him on this one. I will die on this hill. He did wrong things, but, like, justifiable in this situation. And you know what? After what that woman did, you know what? I'm gonna give you a pass, bro. I'm gonna give you a pass. Anyway, I didn't have the nerve. Oh, we already read that. Everything about it was sketchy as hell, and that's why I kept putting off telling her about it for as long as I could. Sketchy, yes, but again, okay, granted, if you hadn't done that, pretended to be your brother, blah, 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 to this woman, she wouldn't have probably drugged and assaulted you. But she would have done it to your brother. You know what I mean? Like, she would have still done those acts. So no, I was going to be like, okay, I guess you put yourself in that situation. So, but no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Like, no, we're not going to, no, whoa, yeah, we're almost victim blaming fucking Ichia here. No, because she would have done that to your brother, given the chance. You know? Unfortunately, you gave her the chance, but she was trying to figure out any goddamn way to make that happen. You know what I mean? She'd have found a fucking way. So, like, that's like being like, well, what were you wearing? Maybe you shouldn't have worn a turtleneck, because, no, well, like, what? You shouldn't have existed? That's basically what we're saying here. Like, no, fuck that shit. That woman's scum. So, no, Ichia, it was a little sketchy. Again, only knowing your side. Just knowing what you did and not the reasons behind it, or that any part of what that woman did at all. Yeah. But we know the whole truth. So, nah. Stop blaming yourself. I wish I could go back in time and punch my stupid self right in the face. God, now I have to go through life with that skeleton in my closet. It's just really sad, Ichia, because, like, this woman, like, assaulted you and you're, like, blaming yourself for it. I mean, I just feel like, yeah, kind of the reality of it, isn't it? And though on the topic of stupid and shameful things I'd done, I'm sure acting full of myself and pretending I'd done nothing wrong for so long counted too. God, it's a miracle Spacey didn't just kick me to the street ages ago. Yeah, okay, look, we know my thoughts on this, okay? That's it. All the egotistical things I did, all the stupid, inappropriate flirting. Okay, I mean this part, like, since you got in the house, yeah, no, okay, legit. And the many, many, many embarrassments I've caused. The memories flash through my mind in an unstoppable flood, making me feel so miserably ashamed of myself, I almost wish someone would come along and end me. It's probably what Mr. Takamune told me that one day that started it all. It was some months after I'd left the Shinzaki family and adopted the Mitsumori name. I didn't have anything in particular to do, so I wandered around, just killing time. Fortunately, the Mitsumori family only wanted my Shinzaki lineage, and they didn't particularly need any skills from me, so I was left to my own devices. And the freedom did seem nice on the surface, but scratch a bit deeper and you'd see that the Mitsumori family was effectively saying they had no need for me either. What am I going to do with my life now? Oh, this is so sick! Ichi's just a giant fucking. He's so fucking Eeyore. I don't. Oh my god. Oh, Ichi, you're so sad and pathetic. It's adorable. I love it. Stop it. They don't need me. I'm like, oh, but this is. I love this though, because that's the word. But we need you, Ichi. I need you, and it's just gonna like fill his whole fucking empty void of heart. It's so funny. Oh, you poor thing. Oh, dear God. I didn't feel like getting a job. I don't feel like having a job either, but I kind of need one in order to pay my bills. Man, you know, I'm just saying. I didn't feel like finding a lover. I get you there. I wasn't experiencing anything like the wanderlust Taiga talked about either. I was just living in freefall. And that was when I met him. That was when I met him. I feel like it should have been said so much more dramatically. Pardon me, young man. Might I sit next to you? Huh? Listen, man. I'm not like that. Well, how much money are we talking? A stern-looking elderly man stood next to me, his kimono sticking out like a sore thumb in that trendy cafe. There were plenty of empty seats, too. I had no idea why he chose to sit next to me. He didn't give me time to ask any questions. He just sat down next to me and ordered a simple coffee. But when his order arrived... What's this nonsense? This cup's lid is completely sealed. How am I supposed to drink this? Apparently he'd somehow never seen a disposable coffee cup before. Jeez, does he live on a mountaintop or something? Though for someone as elderly as he was, a paper coffee cup with flippable lid might well come across as some kind of newfangled technology. Okay, seriously, I'm pretty fucking sure my grandfather, pushing 100, knew how to fucking open a goddamn plant. Like, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Let's not call the... Like, what is he, 300? I mean, you know, if he was 300 and lived on a mountain his whole life, I get it. But watching his fumbling attempts to pry off the lid made me worry he'd spill it. Before I knew it, I said, not like that, sir. See here, there's a tab on the front of the lid. Pull that up and it'll open a hole in the lid so you can drink. And the stern-eyed old man stared at the tab on the cup, then slowly pulled it up as I'd said. Ah, you're right. Well, isn't this intriguing? It's been so long since I was last down in the town, but they've come up with so many interesting things since. He sure seems entertained by a simple cup of coffee. Man, it must be fun to be rich, because you can just do whatever the fuck you want. Rules don't apply. Like, you marry off your, like, 13-year-old granddaughter or, like, your great-grand step-niece, whatever, to somebody because of business arrangement. Like, whatever. You can just do whatever the hell you want. Rules don't apply. And you're entertained by plastic coffee lids. You're like, wow, look at this crazy shit that you poor people have to deal with. Like, I don't know. Just... Sometimes I want to be able to enjoy the novelties of everyday life the way a rich person does. Like, wow, this is a chain restaurant? You mean there's like more than one of these? That's so cute. It's so adorable. Like, I don't know. I want to walk into a Starbucks and find it quaint and adorable. You know what I mean? Like, this is so quaint. This is this is how poor people get their coffee. That's adorable. $5 whole. That's like nothing. It's so cheap. You know what I mean? What's one banana cost, Michael? $10? You know what I mean? Like, man. God. Life of rich people. Just saying. You know, I want to live the life of luxury so god to where I have so much fucking money that I think a banana costs $10 and that's cheap. And then when I go in the store and realize it's not $10 for a single banana, it's way cheaper than that. I don't know. I don't buy bananas, so whatever. It's like, what the fuck? This is like shillings. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what pennies are. What's this 99 cents thing? I don't get it. You know what I mean? What do you? What's a dollar? One? Just one? I usually buy things that cost hundreds of thousands. Or just thousands of them. But there's just one? Just a single one. Really? And it's not even what? What the hell? You know what I mean? I just want to be baffled by things like that. But I feel like, because, you know, I didn't grow up fucking, like, just ridiculously fucking wealthy and kind of stupid, that it wouldn't work the same way. If I magically became a billionaire, I'd just be like, no, I still understand what a single dollar. You know what I mean? Still understand that, like, $10 is not cheap for bananas. That's quite expensive. A single banana costs $10. Like, the hell? God, fucking inflation, man. Jesus Christ, goddamn gold bananas. But you know what I mean? Or I could just buy, like, a platinum-coated fucking tin can and be like, it cost me, like, $30,000. Isn't it beautiful? You know what I mean? Diamond fucking encrusted paperclip for $30,000. Like, why not? Just because I got 6 of them, but like, I guess I could use a 7th. I don't know. I just, you know, I have so much fucking money that you just buy stupid shit like that. I don't know. Look. Just having money would be nice, that's all I'm saying. Anyway. My life had started to feel monotonous by that point, right? Yeah, because you're used to the novelties of, like, plastic cup lids, so it's just not as fun for you. Watching the old man have so much fun with something as plain as a paper cup made me a little jealous, right? Exactly, I feel the same. And the cups weren't the only thing about the cafe the old man didn't understand. I wound up explaining more and more things to him. Until I suddenly realized I told him practically my entire life story. Looking back on it now, I could tell he was a master conversationalist. It was eerie how deftly he steered the topic wherever he wanted it to go. Sounds like you had a difficult time. No, I just reap what I sowed, that's all. My own stupidity has been my undoing. I'm sorry, that should have been... My own stupidity has been my undoing. We're not in a super dramatic moment, but sometimes I just like being super dramatic with each chick, because it's just fun. And talking to another person about my life made me feel even more pathetic. But... Say, young man. No. Allow me to call you Ichia Mitsumori. He didn't give me a chance to ask him how he knew my name. If I told you there was a way for you to regain everything you'd lost, what would you do? Huh? This literally sounds like the opening lines to, like, some kind of death game. You're like, did you want to make some money? I got Squid Games going. Wrong country, I know, but, like, still. But, you know, I'm just saying. Well, like, everybody has to have one. There's, like, right? There are American fucking Squid Games. There's fucking Japanese Squid Games. There's fucking everywhere. Secretly. Shh. We don't know that, because we're not rich. But, you know, I'm just saying, this is like the opening lines, like, so if I... no, get out of here. You know what? Either that or there's a competition for a goddamn golden ticket in a candy bar and kids are going to get stretched, squished, and juiced. I'm not into that. Nah. Oh, wait, I'm an adult, so I don't have to worry about that. I just get to stand along and, like, watch and be like, well, that kid was an asshole anyway. I'm just saying. His offer sounded to me like a tempting whisper from the devil himself. Exactly. It never ends well. And the old man began to talk. I mean, it's going to end well because we're in a romancy Atome game, but still. He said he was the head of the Tojo family. They could have seriously turned this into, like, a nightmare game. They could have been like, this is how it starts, and then it's, like, freaking Death Atome, like, it's Death Games. And at the end, the one love interest that you're romancing survives with you, but, like, everybody else got brutally murdered. Like a fucking horror Atome game. Do we have those? I'm sure there are some that kind of fall in that category. He mentioned how Kazuya was pushing for marriage to his granddaughter, Spacey, which left him in a bind about what to do. I understood then that he'd known exactly who I was from the start, and had come here looking for me.
Looking at it purely from a business perspective, it's an offer that I should readily accept. But my gut's telling me otherwise. I have a feeling that he and my granddaughter won't get along well at all. But if it were you, however, I think the two of you might get on well enough.
What, me? Over Kazuya? There aren't enough words in the world to express how happy the old man's declaration had made me. Somebody wanted me. Not Kazuya. Me. Okay, you say like this, like it's the first time, but every fucking woman you've ever come across has wanted you over your brother just because. I mean, they always chuck you to the side later, but like at the time. And it wasn't just any somebody either. It was the head of the influential Tojo family. He'd come looking for me, and he'd spoke to me directly. Are you sure about that, sir? My brother is far more adept a businessman than I am. His potential is off the charts, too. He's an exemplary... Oh.
He is an exemplary businessman, yes, that I won't deny. But he's not a man who can make my granddaughter happy.
Why not?
You see, my granddaughter may act distant and hard, but she craves love more than anything. She'll bluff, of course. She'll turn cold and insist she's fine without affection. She's always desired it deeply ever since she was a child. I don't want to force someone like her into a marriage arranged purely for business purposes with no hope for love. Your brother's not a bad man, not by any stretch, but he does seem to have a tendency to neglect the emotional side of human relationships.
That's because my brother is a fucking robot. Yeah, he's kind of bad about that. But I'm sure he would provide at least the bare minimum of care necessary. Heck, I'm sure he'd be a far better husband than I would. What part of I need affection, not the bare minimum? Did you not get, Ichiya? Stop being a sandsack.
Oh? You sure of that?
Huh?
I chose you over him because I think you understand what it means to love and to be loved better than most.
Me?
People cannot thrive without love. You've experienced just how true that is firsthand. You, perhaps, will have what it takes to thaw my granddaughter's heart.
See, like, you go through the whole game, and, like, I mean, we said it before, like, Grandpa's not the bad guy. He's got some deviousness in his methods, but, like, his heart's in the right place. He's just definitely gonna needle you the whole fucking way, right? But like this.
I mean, yeah, sure, your brother's great and all, and I could totally set her off, but, like, I don't know, it seems like a dick move.
Kinda nice.
At least so I believe. What say you?
How to treat women, how to love them. And that was the one thing I had over Kazuya, or so I thought. But I failed miserably at even that, leading to disaster. Yet, I had the feeling that the love the Tojo head was talking about was something entirely different. What it means to love and to be loved. What I've wanted for so long, and had never been able to find. If his granddaughter is like me, the kind of person who can't thrive without love, I'll be able to understand how she feels better than anyone else. I'd know exactly what she wanted and how to give it to her.
Ichiya Mitsumori, if you so desire, you may become one of my granddaughter's suitors. And should you manage to win her heart, then I'll welcome you into the Tojo family as your groom.
Thoughts of Kazuya flitted across the corner of my mind. It's like, I clicked it fast and I'm like, okay, it'll start, and then it's like, but then it faded, and then it popped up. I was like, wow. I remembered how he and my parents planned his wedding to the Tojo heir as just another project, another work project, sorry. How would he react if I managed to marry her first? I like how he's like, what, but... Wait. I mean, I don't want to be devious, but I'm gonna be a little devious. I applaud you. If I could, then maybe... Finally, I could say that I'd managed to beat him at something. I kind of do love that Ichi's reasoning for joining in is, like, slightly shady. It's okay. I get it, it's okay. And two emotions warred inside me. One was the pure excitement at the possibility of finally finding the one for me. Right, there you go, actual Ichiya. And the other was a calculated desire to best Kazuya. Slightly shady version, but we're cool with it. But I can't afford to make the same mistake twice. I'll never again use someone else just to feed my own ambitions. Instead, I'll just have to try harder. I'll work as if my life depends on making her love me. And as we've seen, yes, that's exactly what he did. And if she does eventually fall for me, Then finally, I'd be able to confront Kazuya with my head held high.
Well, I don't think it's a bad offer.
The Tojo family head, no, grandfather, looked at me with a sly smile, like a child plotting mischief. Sly smile like a child plotting mischief. 100% applicable description of the grandfather. I looked him in the eye and nodded. I'll do it. And please allow me to court your granddaughter. I want to earn her heart. I didn't know the first thing about her. I had no idea what kind of person she was or what she looked like. But that didn't matter to me. The grandfather's offer was the last chance I had, and then you roll up and I look like a fucking, wilted potato foot. Thank God we're cute. But you know what? I guess Ichigo probably wouldn't care. He's like, you know what? I don't care if you hit every branch on the ugly tree when you fell out of it, girl. Like, I'm here because I'm going to best my brother, so whatevs. I mean, we could do worse. I was admittedly blindsided when I discovered there were 3 other suitors beside me, and learned we'd all be living in the same house, but, I mean, he said one of her suitors. He did say one of. You just neglected to ignore that. I'm not going to let anyone outdo me. All of my past failed relationships were surely just trials I had overcome in order to learn the skills I need for the conquest. For the first time ever, I felt fierce ambition burn inside me. Determined, I moved into the vacation home. I was going to do whatever it took to earn the Tojo heirs, to earn Spacey's heart. In hindsight, seeing how many dumb assumptions I'd made back then was frankly embarrassing. Being unused to such powerful ambition, I let it lead me blindly. The only things on my mind were the Tojo head's words and how to make Spacey fall for me. I dug out every last trick I had in my considerable repertoire of romantic skills and used them liberally. Too liberally. As a consequence, you haven't been cooking for me this entire time! It felt like her words had physically hit me. I still remember how shocked I felt. And not that it was all that long ago, yet somehow it feels like it all happened in a different time, a different lifetime. Given what a pessimist I was, it was a big personal improvement that I could just shake my head over that failure. But I wouldn't have improved without Spacey. I'd had time to build that courage because she didn't abandon me. Spacey. Just saying her name made my heart flutter and feel warm. Right now, she was at Kazuya's office so she could turn him down, all for my sake. I can flatter myself by believing she's doing it for me, right? To be honest, watching you cry and get depressed and hate yourself over all of this, it makes matters like business and profit seem stupid and empty. If I'm gonna get married, I want to marry someone I truly care for. Besides, I don't need you bawling at me anymore. She did turn up her nose at an obviously profitable deal for a family out of sheer consideration for my feelings. I wish I could say she did it because she loves me, but sadly I can't. Not yet. Anyone else would have thrown me on my butt by now. I'm assuming, thrown me out, yeah. I have to be grateful for that much at the very least. I'm going to make Spacey fall for me, no matter what it takes. And it was going to take some doing, especially since I had the nagging feeling that the others regarded me as a bit of a kid. Even more so than Nayuta. Well, Nayuta's like a dog, so, Taiga's is Taiga the mom? Shion's the dad? Or is Taiga the dad and Shion's the mom? I feel like it's really hard, because, if you think about it, Shion's very, oh, do whatever you want, sweetie. He could be, the freaking, trophy mom, the trophy wife, I just had kids, because, whatever. Whatever you want to do, sweetie, I don't care. You know what I mean? But he's also could be, the dad who's just, yeah, good job, kid, pats you on the head and kind of, leaves. And then, Taiga's then the mom in that situation because he spends more time trying to deal with the family bullshit. But then Taiga could also be the dad because then he's, dealing with the family bullshit and, listen! Goddamn, people follow the rules in the house, you know. Don't touch the thermostat! Who left the lights on? You know, that kind of shit. So they're definitely the parents, whatever, you know. I see Shion being more like the trophy mom, like, oh, I'm just, whatever, I've got to go and get my neck Botox, whatever, you know. And Taiga's like the fucking dad of the family. All right, I'm leaning more that way, but you know, they could swap roles, right? And then you've literally got like freaking Ichiya, who's the child, and Nayuta, who's the family dog. And Kasuga's just fucking over there like, what the hell did I get myself into? Anyway. If I was going to regain my dignity, I had to start by doing the things I knew I could control. So, what to make for tonight? The things I could do mostly meant cook dinner, likely because my cooking was the first thing about me that Spacey came to respect. It wasn't because it bothered me that the guys had told Kazuya that cooking was my only decent quality. Nope, definitely not because of that. Anyway, if I'm making something for Spacey, it should probably be a Japanese dish, right? Maybe it wouldn't be so bad to try something a little fancier.
Ah! Ichiya!
Nayuta popped into the kitchen like he'd had springs on his feet. He looked at me, then the fridge, and then at me again. It's like the second you open the fucking fridge, Nayuta showed up, but that's exactly what happens when I walk in the kitchen. I obviously don't have dogs, but I mean, like, I walk into the kitchen and the bird's like, hi, are you in the kitchen? Are we getting food? What's going on? Did you touch the refrigerator? Yeah. He's all up in my shit when I walk into the fucking kitchen because he thinks it's food time. And he gets excited. Like, he wants to eat everything you have, but... Oh, I forgot to read that, sorry. Okay. His eyes sparkled with expectation. I missed that part, sorry. He was easier to read than a picture book. Yes, I'm making dinner. If you have any requests, now's the time.
Alright, you're cooking dinner. I want a pile of curry higher than Mount Fuji. I'll go ask what Taiga and Shion want. I'll be back in a sec.
Well, Nayuta, wait! Sheesh. Why do I get the feeling I'm going to be doing a whole lot of cooking tonight? When I tried avoiding Spacey, I wound up avoiding the kitchen, too. I guess I left the guys starved for home cooking. I do love the fact that they, like, just love his cooking that much. Yes, they'd been a little rough. Okay, scratch that. They'd been downright animalistic. But thanks to them, I did get the chance to have a thorough chat with Spacey. I guess I ought to be grateful for them for that much, at least. If they have any requests, I'll be nice and not take them. But I'm not going to compromise on what I'm making for Spacey. After all, today was going to be a special day for the both of us. I imagine Spacey coming home, smiling, bursting with good news. Then, yeah, I just feel like because you're saying that, it's not going to be like that. Okay, first I'm going to make sure to greet her with my best smile. I started pulling things from the fridge while wearing a cheek-stretching smile on my face. I bustled about thinking happily about how busy the night would be, all while overlooking one critically important fact. Kazuya was not an easy opponent to take down. Exactly. And we walked in the office and wasn't he like, you think I'm going to go lay down that easily? So I just feel like it's going to go bad. I just feel like it's not going to be good. An unacceptable compromise. Yeah, see? That doesn't bode well. Ichiya and I confront Kazuya. Hearing our assertions, he proposes a shocking idea. Oh god, I see where this is going. Okay, so you guys are in love. Alright, well, why don't Spacey and I get married? And it'll just be totally on the surface, and then, like, Ichiya, you guys can, like, have fun on the side. That's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be like, well, we'll get married, okay? So it'll be like a business arrangement, so everyone will think she's married to me. She'll really marry you, but, like, she'll go to events and shit with me, like, oh, yeah, Kazuya and Spacey, JoJo family and Shinseki group, look at that, they're all married together, great, right? But you guys will really be married, so you can do your marital shit, but then, like, we get the benefit of, like, you know, the business arrangement. Like, wait, whoa. So I'm, like, in a weird fake throuple? This is gonna be bizarre. Yeah, it's gonna be some kind of weird-ass shit like that. This is unacceptable. It's not like, oh, an interesting compromise where he's like, okay, Ichiya, why don't you come back and join the family? And then when you marry Spacey, then the Shinzaki group will still get the benefits of the partnership on the business side. Yeah, because that would be like, that could be acceptable, but unacceptable sounds like, all right. How about I let you guys sleep together, but she's my wife. You know what I mean? It's gonna be something fucking up like that. Like, what? I said it didn't work. Ichiya greeted me with such an expectant smile that it made me feel all the more guilty to tell him the bad news. He won't rescind his marriage proposal. You were kidding. I mean, here's the funny part. He has a marriage proposal. That doesn't mean you have to say yes. Like, do you know how fucking, if the world's like, will you marry me? Ah, fuck, now I have to say yes. If I didn't have a choice in the matter, you have a choice in the matter. So, like, listen, and your choices, and like, I get that maybe because we're in this rich, weird predicament, because again, rich people shit is fucking bizarre, right? That maybe it's like, well, now he's made this proposal and blah, 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 and the family's pushing for it, and I can't just say, no, I'm taking my time and figuring it out. I don't have that leeway. So my options is basically marry him, or I have to pick one of these other guys right now and be like, listen, Ichiya, fuck it, we're getting married. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, your option is marry Kazuya, or suck it up and marry Ichiya and just hope it goes well. I mean, I get it at her point right now. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I care about Ichiya, but I don't know if I 100% love him. But I definitely don't love Kazuya. Is marry Kazuya or take a risk with Ichiya. I just fucking take the risk with Ichiya. Jesus Christ. At least he'd try. He wouldn't just be like, great, awesome. Check that business proposal. Like, I mean, seriously, he'd actually try to give a fuck about you. And, like, do whatever he could to get your love and affection. And you just pat him on the head a couple times and he'd be happy. I'm just, okay. Well, Nayuta's the one you have to walk and throw balls for. But Ichi, just like, smile at him. Oh, sweetie, rub his eye. Okay, cutie, okay, pat him on the head when he cries. And he'd be fine. He just wants a little bit of affection and attention, and you just suck it up and deal with it. And you grow to love him eventually. You're like, could you just stop with the cheesy, and actually keep the cheesy bullshit. I'm here for the cheesy bullshit 1 minute, and then the crying in the corner the next minute. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm here for it. So, I'm just saying, take a risk, right? Because it's not like, oh, well, since he asked me to marry him, I have no choice. I can't marry anyone else until he rescinds it. I'm going to have to marry him. That's not how it works, even in rich people land, right? So, anyway, you were kidding. I don't know if I read that. Ichiya's happy expression turned to despair in a flash. Given how excited he'd been, it was no wonder he looked so shocked. Ichiya, I opened my mouth, thinking of something to say that might make him feel a little better, but... Okay, then. You just leave it to me this time, Spacey. Huh? To my surprise, he didn't seem too depressed. He certainly wasn't on the verge of tears, either. No, he's determined. I know better than anyone just how formidable Kazuya can be. And besides, it's not like I can leave everything to you all the time. It makes me look bad, right? So let me handle this. I'll go up to him and make it crystal clear that he's not getting what he wants this time. And she's like, Ichiya, when you're being cheesy, it's corny and it makes me want to roll my eyes, but I like it. Like, I like it! As irritating and, like, nauseating as it is, but it's kind of amusing. I'm amused by it. When you cry, and you look really depressed and sad, or just dejected, I love it. I like it a lot. Yeah. Starts flipping all the switches, right? But now this determined you... Oh, I like this too! If you're gonna go from being, I'm determined to make sure he knows his place. Oh. Kind of turned on by your, like, powerfulness right now. Later, when you come back, you're gonna cry, though, right? Because I'm all... like, alright, you're like a 20-sided die. I have no idea what fucking number's coming up, but it's gonna be entertaining. His voice was quivering again, and his gaze was darting nervously all over the room, but... It must have taken every ounce of his meager courage to make that declaration, and I had to admit his effort moved me, right? You're like, it's a little pathetic, but, I'm here for it. Nice try, buddy. Good job. You know what I mean? Where you're like, no. You're not putting on the best front, but I appreciate it anyway. Ichi immediately pulled out his phone and called Kazuya, taking action before doubt could set in. I don't know what Kazu said, but he was nothing if not a decisive person. From what Ichi had told me, he made room in his schedule for us the very next day. Without further delay... We made it to the next day? Oh. When Ichi and I arrived at the appointed place, Kazu raised his hand and waved cheerily at us. Apparently, he was unaffected by our meeting yesterday. Yeah, because he's like, no, this bitch is arrangement. I'm getting what I want. I want this. I will have it. I'm a human being, though, you dick face. Is that like a fucking mirror back there? Or is that like a window into another room? I feel like it should be a mirror. Yeah, it's a mirror, because you can see the reflection of the painting in it. But it's just... Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah. I can see the curtains, and then just that blackness is supposed to be the window, but it's not mirroring. You know what I mean? Because that would have just been too much. The window is reflecting the room, but then the mirror would have to reflect the window reflecting the room, and then you'd be like, Jesus Christ, it's like Inception! So they're just like black, it's good. It's just kind of weird when you look at it. You're like, what the hell's going on? He sat in his seat, Ichi and I taking places across the table from him. Weird that we have to share that chair. Hello again, Spacey. It's been quite a day. Sorry about yesterday. I was a little immature, wasn't I? Yeah. Just smarmy asshole. Normally I'd be down for this, but like, when I have to choose between you and Ichiya, it's gonna be Ichiya, because sad face is somehow hotter than that suit. It's just weird, because that suit is hot. And the glasses, and I mean, everything about this should be like 120% turn on. Seriously. Especially because you're a little bit of an asshole, and you know I like the glasses assholes, right? Seriously? So Kazu is like 100% up my alley. Like, you are like, you're wearing a suit, you're an asshole, and you have glasses. But unfortunately, for some fucking reason, it could be my brain tumor. I don't know. I don't have a brain tumor. I don't think I have a brain tumor. I don't know, okay? At this point, I have no clue what's going on. But, yeah, I'm just blaming, I'm just saying that because it's just, my other options are, it's just stress giving you, like, freaking seizures is making you black out. That's awesome, because, like, what the fuck? There's nothing you can do about that. Like, ow. De-stress. If it were that fucking easy, but anyway, he's 100% up my fucking alley, and yet I'm like, no, but for some reason, Ichiya's sad, pathetic face over here, and then the hysterical like, no, that's winning right now over the suit, the glasses, the asshole. Look, I didn't say fucking shit made sense, okay? Shit doesn't make sense. Neither one of them will ever fucking win over Kasuga, okay? I'm just saying. Kasuga, it's nice that you're out of sight because I can focus on the people I'm supposed to focus on in the game. Because if he were here, it'd be like, I know Ichi's crying over there, and it's... Okay, I had to take a second to look, but like, it's really hard. Kasuga, can you leave? Because I want to enjoy Ichigo crying, but you're here, and it's like a really hard thing for me to decide. Can't figure out where to focus, you know? I'd fucking push Kazu out a goddamn window. Again, suit, glasses, asshole. 3 of my favorite things. And like, I'm still like, what up? Disappointing. You know, I don't know if it's me. Did the game not do... I don't... You know what it is? Because you rolled up in a stupid hat first. If you rolled up like this first, I'd have been like, okay. You rolled up in that dumb hat. Stupid goddamn mushroom hat. Anyway. It's alright. It's alright. But me to the glasses suited asshole. It's alright, I guess. Should love it 120%, and yet I'm over here like, I mean, I like looking, but damn it, I'm over. I want the sad sack. The emotional wreck. I don't know why. We've just had so much longer to play as Ichigo, like, and see Ichigo in the background just being a cheesy fucking, like, dumbass that I was just sold a long time ago. I had so many things I wanted to say to him, but I couldn't deny that he'd utterly outmaneuvered me. Complaining about it now would only come across as the grumblings of a sore loser. And hello, Ichigo. What's this all about? You know as well as anyone that I'm a busy person, right? Though I admit, I have the impression you didn't just come to say hello over a cup of tea. I think it's very funny. He's like, I'm really busy. I'm gonna marry her whether she likes it or not. Did you just hear the words that came out of your motherfucking mouth? Like, yeah, you're right. And the 2 of us came here today to let you know just how determined we are to see this through. Determined, eh? Is that so? I mean, they literally almost have the same face, but, like, Ichiya's mouth kind of naturally quirks up even when he's kind of, like, glaring, and Kazuya's always, like, frowning. Anyway. Good luck, Ichiya. You can do it! Can he, though? I mean, Ichi had told me he was going to settle things with Kazu today, but he hadn't told me exactly how he was going to do that. Fucking whips out a knife and stabs him. Well, for now, all he could do was sit next to him across from his twin and quietly cheer him on as he spoke. Kazuya, I'm going to fight you. I won't let you take Spacey away from me. And then I'm over here like, whoa, 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 like I'm a... Alright, you know what? Can't argue with it anymore at this point. I'm a prize. He's gonna win me. I'm like a fucking trophy over here. Whatever. Oh, really? How much courage had Ichi expended just to say that out loud? From where I sat, I could see his hands under the table. They were clenched into fists and quivering. A lot of courage indeed. But apparently Kazu wasn't the least bit fazed at the idea of opposition from his younger twin. Well, I'm glad to see you're doing better at least. I gathered Spacey was very worried for you. She was very generous with her pity. That was a backhanded way of implying that I was helping him out of sheer sympathy. But Ichi didn't flinch. You don't have to tell me that. I already know. Spacey is a kind-hearted person. So that wasn't enough to shake you, hmm? You've grown a little. Look at the way this son of a bitch is Okay, I'm sorry. But when he's making that glaring face, it's like, yeah, God, I want you in another game, or, like, whatever. Because, like, you're totally, like, you're lost in this game. You know what I mean? Like, it just, you're just being a douchebag, and, like, just looking like this, and the glass, like, you're perfect! You need to be in another game! This game is, like, you're just lost in this game. Like, you just don't belong here. Because, like, you're a side character that you're just like, nah, whatevs. And it's, like, which is just disappointing. Because, like, you should be, like, you know, a side character like this where you're like, I love him so fucking much. God damn it, why can't I date him? And now I'm like, no, I don't. I want to shove him out a window. Like, I absolutely don't. But, but just for what he is, okay? Take him out of the game. Just, okay, make him an asshole. Give this fucking bitchy fucking look, like, just 100% in another game. Like, bitch, I'm on it. Favorite. Right here. But then you put him in this game and so endgame that you're like, I mean, sorry, Kazu, I feel nothing. Logically, I should. I mean, I feel something for looking at the sprite. Like, this is good art. I'm here for it. But, like, just the character and everything. Like, again, in another game, 100%, this is it. This is my horse in the fucking show, okay? I'm here for this. But, like, in this one, I'm just like, stop. You should be that perfect character. And I'm like, damn it. I just don't understand. Is it the brain tumor? Is it just the fact that we saw, like, the best part of Kazu? This glare, this sprite right here? Like, just this far into the game that you're like, I don't have room for you. And actually, like, normally I would have room for you in the man harem, but, like, it's always, they've set this up, it's Kazu or Ichiya. You can't have both. And it's like, well, I'm gonna choose Ichiya, because he's fucking pathetic. And, like, cheesy. And I've just loved this dramatic fucking ass from, like, day one. Like, you know, and then you can't throw Kazuya in at the end and be like, oh, I'm gonna switch sides. No, I can't. But, like, damn! You wasted such a really good sprite on, like, a game where I can't love him. Damn it! I don't make the rules, okay? I don't even know what the rules are. Anyway. You bet I have, thanks to a certain someone who keeps popping up and doing his best to get under my skin. This is starting to get scary. Two identical faces smiled at each other with expressions cold enough to freeze the air around us. I was starting to wonder if I would be the one to walk away from the stare-down with a new traumatic memory to nurse. Well, I can say that I understand the point you're making, Ichiya. And to that I answer, so what? What do you mean? It's the same as yesterday when you came to see me. Make all the declarations you like. If you don't have evidence to back them up, they're just hot air. Ichiya, please don't tell me you walked in here to confront me without a single weapon that could back up your case. Are we in court now? I don't understand rich people. I don't think rich people understand marriage and how that works, because this is bizarre. I think the weapon that Kazu's talking about is probably going to be... Has Spacey mentioned anything at all that you could bring to the table to use against me? What advantages would she gain were she to marry you instead of me? How would you be a profit to the Tojo family? Again! It's like you're negotiating. I'm like, Who is it? Excuse me. I think it's funny because you're throwing this around like it's a business thing and not my choice. Again, where did you get the illusion that I don't have a choice in the matter? I don't. Anything? Anything at all? Of course I have an advantage. Ichi's voice was firm, his fist still clenched tight. Yes, if we're talking about material profit, then I admit you might be able to offer more. But when it comes to offering advantages to Spacey, I can offer way more than you can, because I will offer nothing but your pure and unwavering love. Do I have that right? Ichiya blinked in surprise when Kazu cut him off and finished his sentence, but after a moment he collected himself and nodded. Right. Really, I'm not sure I buy that. What do you know about my feelings? I'm seriously and truly in love with her. Sure. Well, let me ask you this again then. You insist you're in love? This love is what's driving your desire to marry Spacey, right? Can you look me in the eye and say without any doubt that you're not just driven to beat me? See, like, casual Kazu? Nah, I'm here for Ichiya, the floppy, messy hair and everything like that. But, like, Kazu in a suit? But you waited too long to show us that. Ichiya, why did you become one of Spacey's suitors? What's your core reason for doing it? Are you trying to get with her simply because you want to show me up? That's right, Kazu had thrown the same question in Ichiya's face once before. Ichiya, there was no denying that Ichiya held a deep-seated inferiority complex about his twin brother. The desire to best him would undoubtedly be an underlying motivation for him in more way than one. I'll admit that might have been a factor at first. His voice barely trembled above a whisper. You have no idea how ecstatic I felt when the Tojo family head came to me and said he wanted me as a suitor and not you. I thought my heart would burst. I won't deny that I did think, if I could get Spacey to choose me, that I'd finally be able to say I'd beat you at one thing. He'll lie to say Ichiya's answer didn't shock me at all. And yet, it was a sincere admission that didn't try to downplay Kazu's accusation or dodge it entirely. But that was then. Now is completely different. I truly love her with all my heart. And I'd be like, and this is where you're like, and if she had chosen one of the other suitors, I'd have been happy. But if she chooses you, I'll fucking throw you off this building, you son of a bitch. Maybe don't tell him that yet. Chia, there wasn't a single iota of hesitation in his voice. His declaration was proud and steady. Hearing that, Kazu's expression quickly flipped from polite disinterest to a cheerful smile. I see. Even if your weapon isn't very impressive, at least you're wielding it with determination. Though everything you said just amounts to the same sentimentality that Spacey delivered to me yesterday. Oh well. So, out of respect for my own courageous little brother, let me offer you a compromise. Again, I think it's so funny because it's not like, please let us get married, Daddy. And he's like, yeah, no, prove to me. You know what I mean? This is another man who was like, I've decided that here's my marriage proposal. And you're like, no. Well, that's too bad. You can't say no. You're basically not letting me say no. Like, where do you get off telling me I can't tell you no? Who made you, you don't get to tell me that. Like, he's like, no, I don't accept that. Oh, well, he doesn't accept it, so what are we gonna do? Too fucking bad. What the fuck? Like, and I think that's what it is too. They've made him so detestable. You know what I mean? You're like, that just, man, would have been so perfect, Kazu. You could have been so perfect. Visually stunning, though. Visually stunning, especially when you get angry. Yeah, like it. But, just detestable personality. I mean, the asshole's there, and I like that, but you gotta have some kind of redeeming quality, and you have none right now, so. What compromise? This is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Now my highest priority in this deal is acquiring the Tojo family's backing. But for you, your highest priority is receiving Spacey's love, correct? Oh, okay, see, I told you! You see just the phrasing. Yeah, that's right. And then we have an easy solution. I'm sitting over here like, no, I don't think we do, because you're using me like fucking property. And you can be her lover, Ichiya. I read that in Ichiya's almost Ichi's what's her name. You can be your lover, Ichiya. Told you. Fucking told you! What did I fucking tell you? No! Oh god! I love it. Ichiya's like, the fuck? Huh? Excuse me? For a moment I didn't understand what I just heard. Kazu continued with a completely neutral expression. In exchange, I'd become her husband officially. Oh, and if you wound up having kids with her, it wouldn't be a big deal. It's unlikely anyone would know who really fathered them, even if they take after you. We're twins, right? Okay. Actually, let's time out for a second. That's exactly what I fucking said. Like, unacceptable comment. Like, what the fuck? And then you get here and you're like, well, wait, actually, hold on. Stop. Current me, a past me from like a few minutes ago was like, what the actual fuck? And now current me is like, well, okay, wait. So I marry Kazu, right? Okay. Political marriage. Okay, sure. And maybe we fool around every once in a while, because you know what else. Yeah, I just sometimes like, maybe I just want the asshole every once in a while, okay? But anyway, and then Ichiya is actually my secret lover on the side. And so I can kind of technically, in a way, have both of them? I mean, it's not the best solution. I mean, okay, in a normal spacey world, absolutely best solution. Wow. That's like next best to getting my fucking man harem finally. Wait, okay, I have a question, Kazu. Can I keep Kasuga and also have an affair with him? Because if the answer is yes, whip out the paperwork. Let's sign this deal. Yes, I'm here for that. This is a great idea. And to be honest with you, the whole like, and then we have kids, and Ichi and I have kids, but then they think it's Kazu's kids because they're identical, so it's not like it matters. It's not like, he looks more like your brother, which is funny because we're identical. So again, and that's, you know, again, earlier me was like, this is going to be bullshit. And now I'm like, you know, actually, it's not that bad of an idea. Kazuya, you're going to have to cut a couple of redeeming qualities, though, because like right now you're just too much of an asshole. But I'm just going to pretend that if we went down this route, right, then you marry him, whatever, and you're like, okay, he's actually not terrible. He's not a horrible person. He has redeeming qualities. We just find them out later. So we'll just pretend. And then I was like, okay, sure. All right. You know what? I kind of want that to be one of the other endings. You know, maybe it counts as a quote-unquote bad ending or some shit. Like, I don't, like, look, sometimes the bad endings in games, you're like, this is bad? I mean, sure, it's not the best, but it's still too hot to be that bad. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway. Although they'd go down as my own children in the official records, of course. I like her. She's like, the actual, this isn't a bad idea. I hate this idea as much as I thought I would. His matter-of-fact way of speaking made it clear he thought we were idiots for not understanding him. All of a sudden, I felt my face flush. My vision went red. He just admitted I meant nothing to him outside of the Tojo name, and he'd said it to my face. Well, we knew that already. I couldn't help myself. I banged the table with my fist. Are you trying to insult us? No. Hell no. Before I could say a word, Ichiya lurched forward, his face flushed with anger. He grabbed Kazu by his lapels. Oh, actually, we get a CG in this one, don't we? Is this where we get it? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Shake him, Ichiya! Like, angry Ichiya is good. Not as good as crying Ichiya, but still. I like this. Kazuya, do you even understood the words? Understood? Tim, get a grammar book, Tim, Jesus. Do you even understand the words that just came out of your mouth? I've never seen Ichiya act like this. I love the fact that Ichiya is so fucking pissed because he's like, how dare you disrespect her? And if I was like, I kind of like the idea, he'd be like, oh, okay. Too shocked to move, all I could do was sit and watch as the two twins glared at each other from less than a hand's breadth away. You're like, no. Shh. It's an Otome game, it's fine. Yeah, you're a natural at business. You can offer the company far more than I ever could. There isn't one thing I can claim to be better at than you. You're a better fit for the Tojo family. And that's why when you became a suitor, I was so terrified I had no idea what to do. But you know, as of this minute, I don't give a damn about any of that anymore. What? I just ripped Spacey's heart out of her chest and stomped on it. She had one innocent wish, to marry someone she loved, but you tossed that wish down into the dirt like it was a used tissue. And that I won't stand for. My God, Ichi, when you stand up for our heart, it's so sweet, and I love it, and it's sexy as shit. You're gonna get a little upset and cry later? Because, wait, I'm just saying. Ichi had tightened his grip on Kazu's suit lapels, yanking him higher. Ichiya. Kazu wiggled, obviously uncomfortable, but he didn't try to escape. He looked Ichiya straight in the eyes, as if to ask him what he truly felt. Listen closely, Kazuya. I'll say this one more time. I will not let someone like you have Spacey. Not in a million years. Speak about her so callously just one more time, and I won't hold back, even if you used to be my brother. Used to be! You just got disowned! Shit! Ichiya. This might be... It's not quite as hot as when you're weeping and sad, but it's still really motherfucking hot, and I'm here for it. Again, he's like a 20-sided die. Just roll that shit. Who knows what fucking number you're gonna get, but it's gonna be a good time. With that, Ichiya let go of Kazu with a shove. Ichiya... He must have still been angry, because I could see his shoulders heave with each breath. Kazu, however, seemed unperturbed. He straightened his disheveled collar and let out a tired sigh. And here I thought I'd formulated a satisfactory compromise for both of us. Is he still going on about that? He had to have nerves of pure titanium if he could say something like that so nonchalantly. Ichiya also fixed him with a glare, making no effort to hide his anger. But, oh well, if you're set on doing things the hard way, why not? Give it a try. You're so proud that love is your sole weapon, yes? Well, let's see what you can do with it. Though from my angle, I'm not sure it's enough to make her choose you. Oh, she will. I'll make sure she wants me. I kind of do right now. You're being really sexy. Especially if you get, like later when you're going to cry. Even if you don't. Even if you're just, like, intense, totally determined, like, powerful Ichiya right now. I'll take it. I'll take it. Because, like, there's going to be another day where you're like, I ordered stuff, and it was supposed to come today, and it didn't. And then you're going to have emotional breakdown, and then that's going to be sexy too. I'm just saying. Again, you never know what the die's going to throw you on what day. But, like, right now, yeah, okay, Ichiya, we're going to go hard when we go home. That's great. And that's an admirable attitude, at least. But, you know, since you can't convince me you deserve her, I'll do whatever it takes to secure her hand in marriage. And I have an arsenal of options and resources at my disposal. Again, as if it's not my choice here. As it kind of is. As it was completely back in control again, he smiled at Ichiya, a silent challenge. Well then, I think that's enough excitement for today. I'll take my leave if you don't mind. And just one last thing, Spacey. To reiterate, I wouldn't pick Ichiya out of pity or compromise if I were you. Only unhappiness lies that way. I'm pretty fucking sure unhappiness lies picking you because you basically don't give a flying fuck about me and I will never be happy in my marriage. You don't have to tell me that. I mean, unhappiness lies in picking Ichiya only to spite him. Yes, but it's just... just really came out wrong when he's like, only unhappiness lies in picking Ichiya. And we're like, I know! Wait, that's not exactly what we meant. But it just... the phrasing was awkward. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here, and we will continue this chapter in the next part. So I will... It's been... Jesus Christ, it's been a roller coaster. Anyway. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.